So before going to continuation, do you have any questions yesterday's session?
No, nothing.
Okay, fine, great. So yesterday we discussed about Mule expression language, right? So how to achieve dynamic values from the previous message process. So whatever these components will called in the flow, so that is nothing but a message process. How we'll get these values into next level? So using that message, using that Mule expression language, we can able to get it. So these whatever the components as of now we used, that components we are discussing how to get the using Mule expression language. Whatever the new component will put into flow, then we'll see that how we'll get that configuration into next level using Mule expression language. We'll see maybe. So yesterday we discussed about up to this, I guess, creating flow 4. Flow 4 also we saw that. So here, observe it. Whenever new component will come, I will stress there actually. So you can observe that part. So while going through record, see here yesterday some of the new components I introduced. So one is FTP. This is a FTP. Another one is this is a transformer. So 3.7 onwards, they introduce concept called DataWeave. So what is the purpose of the DataWeave? So if you want, so previously there is a data mapper is there actually in 3.5, 3.6 data mapper is there. So what was the problem in data mapper? There is a performance issue there actually. That one also we have to scenario. I will tell you the scenario why data mapper exactly will use it. We are sending 10 fields. We are sending input as a 10 fields. So in output, I mean in the target system, there is a 50 fields are there. I'm sending 10 fields. I'm sending only mandatory fields, but target system expecting 50 fields. Out of 50 fields, 10 is the mandatory. Some 40 is the optional fields. So we are input. We are sending 10 fields. We have to map it exact field right in the 50 fields. In the target system, 50 fields are there. We have to map it that exact field. So for that mapping, suppose I am giving input that 10 fields as a some CSV file or else some JSON file as I'm giving input. So output is something different, some object. Think like this, there is a Salesforce. Salesforce is everything is an object, like account is an object, lead is an object, then something, everything is an object actually. So object is nothing but a database table. Database table is a nothing but object in Salesforce. So we have to get that target system into your development, your local. Then there is a concept called data science. Whenever you configure it, the whole objects should available into your Anypoint Studio. Automatically it will come while developing time itself. I mean, whenever you've done the configuration, that whole object, whatever the objects in the Salesforce, that object should available. So you are giving some JSON file, that 10 fields, which object we have to map it, that particular object we have to choose it, we have to map it actually. Just drag and drop is there some option. We have to map it accordingly, it will insert actually. If there any, suppose you in the 10 fields, you are sending some first field is integer, but Salesforce is expecting some string or else something long, right? So we can do conversion also, you are getting. So there is a typecast is required there. So the typecasting also we can do in the mapper itself. So that way you can achieve it actually, that mapping part. But problem is here, there is something performance issues came actually. So that's why there is another concept called DataWeave. They introduced DataWeave. In the DataWeave, we can achieve same thing mapping and we can convert it also. So there is a input, we are getting a JSON. I want to convert output as a CSV, or else I want to map it. I want to map to these 10 fields to target some useful 10 fields, right? So generally how it is fields are, suppose in my source system, there is a 10 fields with a different name, right? Different name. Suppose user ID, username, something like first name, last name kind of thing. Might be target system, there's a different fields. It's not exactly user ID. Might be something else, right? That mapping should have to give. So they will tell us this user ID map to the which field in target system. So they will tell us clearly. Accordingly, we have to map it. Might be in target source system user ID will map to first name in target system, right? That time what happened? Our user ID, whatever the input user ID, we have to map to first name in the target system. Like that, we have to map it. So for that purpose, we have to use this data wave. So what is the name of the component in the palette? There is a transform. So using the transform, so we can, this is nothing but a data wave actually. Just drag and drop. Accordingly, you can achieve whatever requirement based on the requirement. Here my requirement is here according to our POC. I'm giving the CSV. I'm giving the CSV, right? Uh, yeah, sorry. I'm giving some JSON. So I want to convert it to CSV file. Here see this TW, this is a version, data wave. These are syntax we have to give like this in the transfer. So DW 1.0 is the version. Next output is application CSV. Header false means we're not sending any header. We are just sending body. I will show you this part running and I will show you. So I will not passing any header. So that's why header false. So what I'm trying to achieve here, I want to display these three fields in the form of CSV. So here this is the username, age of these three fields. I want to show output as a CSV. That's why you have to set the data now. So this is we can able to get it actually in the payload. Whatever you are sending, whatever you are getting from the source system, from the source system, we have to get that name. So payload is nothing but whole data, right? So whatever the data you are sending, right, that will flow in the flow, it will move it accordingly. That should be in the payload. From the payload dot username, payload dot age, then payload dot age is greater than 80 as a boolean. So like that, whatever the conditions also you can write it actually. So then once that part is done, what I'm trying to do, I'm just save it to the folder.
No, just
Sorry.
but where are you mapping the fields? Just a second.
That's why here there is no mapping. Here there is no mapping. Here only conversion. Here only conversion.
Okay.
This is a username
So
and age of. I'm just converting. Two things we can achieve using transform. One is mapping you can achieve. Mapping also will say. Mapping so we have a separate concept called data wave actually. See this data wave 1, data wave 2. We'll go deep level data wave. We'll see so many things in the data wave. As of now, according to our scenario, so here just converting from one format to another format. This is our requirement. Here there is no, so I mean I'm not mapping to source system to target system. I mean different fields. We are not taking any target system like that. So just my requirement is here. I'm giving JSON. I want to CSV. Just conversion purpose I'm using. Is it clear?
can you show the properties of this thing? Where you are specifying which field you are getting and which field you have to
Yeah,
convert?
yeah. I will deploy it. I will hit the request. You can able to see. Okay. After that,
No, no, I am asking the configuration only.
hmm,
అంటే ఇప్పుడు మనకు ప్రాపర్టీస్ లాగా ఇక్కడ ఏం చూపించదా మనకి జస్ట్ ఇక్కడ స్పెసిఫై చేయాల్సిందే మనం అంటే ఏ ఏ ఫార్మాట్ నుంచి ఏ ఫార్మాట్ కి ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మ్ చేస్తున్నారో ఇక్కడ మీరు స్పెసిఫై చేశారు కదా
no, no.
ఒకసారి నాకు
One second. I will deploy. We'll get to know more.
అలా కాదండి కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ ఎలా
Configuration. See, one second. I will drag and drop it. Transform, new transform. I'm just drag and drop new transform here. Just open this. See this? Just we have to write the script. Understood? What do you want to output? Okay, just see. I want to get the three fields. You can type the three fields. User ID. Then then how to achieve in the payload dot? We can click the dot. It will show it. So three fields in the payload already there. One by one field it can see. Then we can achieve accordingly.
Okay.
You are getting?
So its output it will give in Java, right?
Yes. Now it will give a Java object. It will give.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. And deploy. I will show you the input how to pass it. So it's got deploy. So for this we are sending some information to the server, right? That payload, username, age, and all. So that's why that is a post request actually. We can't achieve through browser. We have to use some third-party things like a Postman client or else REST client kind of thing. You have to add that plugin to browser. So then you can open that one. So after that we have to add the exact path. I will copy it. Okay, here Greek 4 is still some query parameters filtered stuff. So I'm getting that username. I'm just assigning to username here. So next level, I'm just get all the values like age and then what else? Username, age. Then I'm trying to convert it. I'm trying to store that into the path. This path, we can see that path. And after seeing path, so I'm converting to byte array to string because some format got changed. So after saving this, that's why final output I want to show in the browser. So that's why I need to convert from byte array to string. There is a separate concept is there. Inside nothing we need to write it actually. Just component will take care byte array to string. So no need to write any configuration here. Just drag and drop that byte array to string. Then that string as it is I'm trying to show into the where the browser itself. Just hitting the request. Localhost 7031. Okay, see this, I got that. The debugger you can see this variables username. Next one is, see this, after this set payload we are getting as a map. See this, we are assigning all our, it's got convert according to this component, it got converted as a map. So you can see list of values here on the payload. Age is there and username is there, two fields are there. Next one is I'm converting into some CSV format. See this here again got I mean type got changed actually. Here DataWeave output is giving something different type, so that is converting DataWeave something. That is a DataWeave related object it was giving. So see this, when it's internal conversion it did. The next one is, so that's why we want to display final output as a string. So that's why this object, whatever the data bias object, some byte array. So that we need to convert into some normal object. So normal as a string object. That's why I put byte array to string here. I'm trying to convert it. So now it's got string. So it's a meaningful user readable thing. Username, then 22. True. True means actually I just put a condition if age is greater than 18, then that will come as a true. The next one is I'm trying to finally display that username only. I'm trying to display on the browser, right? So I'm just clicking F8 and see this. See, hello your name. I just giving name username equal to your name I gave. So that's why output is getting as a your name. Parallelly it should store in the this path, right? Training workspace. See this 22,718. It generates some dot dat file. Trying to open it plus. Let's say it got saved that information whatever you are sending according to the FTP connector. Okay, now. So do you have any questions in this flow? Hello, Sunil.
Carry on.
Sunil, do you have any questions in this flow?
No,
Okay, fine, great. So then we'll go for next flow. Creating flow. See, this is a bit different than previous flow. Previously, how we'll achieve, just we are send it as a parameters, right? Send it as a query parameters. But in this, it was expecting as some JSON format. We have to give the JSON format. I will show you. So we have to send like this. So from this, it's like a XML format. It's not a JSON format. We have to send through Postman. I'm just giving as a post. Then it will expect body, it will accept. So it is an XML. We are sending as an XML. So that's why once it will hit the request, it will hit the flow, then I have to send that data. I have to take that data, right? Here what happened, there are simple query parameters previous flow. So that's why accordingly we'll implement just based on that inbound parameters. I mean inbound message.inbound properties of that query parameter. Accordingly we'll achieve it. But here we are getting input as a XML file. So that's why see this. There is a concept called XPath of that username, XPath of age text greater than. Why it is a user slash username? So why? Because here we are, that is a root element is what? You know the XML thing, right? In the XML, it is everything is a elements. I mean root element, child element, like parent element, child element, like that actually. So this username is under user dot username, right? User slash username, user slash age. So further from the XML, if you want to get that information, so you have to use a XPath. Understood?
Yeah, if there are many usernames and many age, I mean in XML.
You see, in XML, like this it won't, right? Here it won't be username again, right? It might be in the child element, one more username is there. See how it will happen. So this is one user, right? We'll take one more user like this, right? That is user one. That is user one. Clear? User two, user three, user
Right.
four, like. So inside username again, it won't be there, right? Like this, it should not happen. That does not make sense, right? Is it clear? So,
Uh, but
tell me.
but but in the second time,
Hmm.
user two again a username will come and his age will come, right?
Yes, generally based on the that's what based on the XML format. How the XML format it will come, same way you can do it in the component actually. See, as of now, my XML is like that. In my XML, there is a root element called user. Subroot is username and age. That's why. How can I achieve XPath of user slash username? Then we'll get the username.
Yeah. Yes, that's okay. But if it is a recurring field, then how you will write the XPath? That's what I'm asking.
Can you tell me recurring field means how? There is a separate
When you are
user.
getting multiple,
That's what. Like this, it should get user
yeah,
one, user one.
yes,
That time what happened? We have to write this is one component, then we can achieve like this. Then you have to do some Java customization. We have to keep it. We have to keep it a for loop kind of thing. We can achieve. That is one way. Another way is there is a component called for each. You can loop it actually. There is a for each actually. So that can we can achieve.
where you will place that?
So just a drag and drop.
Before,
No, no,
no,
no.
no, no, before set payload. Uh,
Yes, yes. That will come inside of the for each loop. I just drag and drop here. Inside of that will come actually.
okay.
Can you see?
Mhm.
So that time what happened? It will repeat it actually accordingly. That is one way. Another way is we can actually see if there is no possibility to use that component. So then other way is simply we have to drag and drop the Java transformer. You can achieve because you can achieve anything in Java, right? We can use it and we can achieve that part. Okay, so that is something. I'm just hitting the request. See, we have to send as a post because this is a post request, right? We have to hit the request as a post method. Then here I have to change the greet 5 floor name is different. Then this whole stuff is not required. Okay, I just keep the debug here already there. Oh, this was expecting query parameter. No, no, username is complete. Let's see what was the error. Flowers.username export user slash username dot text failed. We are not at all handling exceptions, so that concept is separate. Once we'll handle some, let's see, unexpected character, some less than symbol, some whatever you are sending requested. In the request there is something wrong, something extra is that thing is we'll copy it 1 second. What is the problem? Okay, I'm trying to hit request again. I just changed that. Okay, see this, you understood the problem, right? There is some spaces and all there, it's unable to ignore it actually. So if you want to handle that spaces, you have to use something else, some. So that is a problem with input actually. Whatever you are giving input feed, that is not in the proper format. So then now this got failed. So username got failed. You can see here username expression as a test. Next payload got it. You can see the payload. So that is test 21 to 2. So this got it actually. According to XPath, I can able to get all these things. Next, save it as a save as a FTP in the folder I'm trying to save it. So then I'm trying to display on the browser. So what information I'm displaying? I'm displaying only test. That means username only I'm displaying. So that's why it's good. This is a previous error. I mean same thing again, debug it, right? Okay now. Any questions in this? We are giving as an input feed as a XML. So using XPath, we are trying to get the data. Then we are pushing to next level. Hello, Sunil, are you there?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, any questions on this?
Can you just drag and drop and for each once again? For each. Now what properties it is showing in the below
Yeah, I'll show.
palette?
See, these are the properties, right? So what data? So you should, at that time, you should get as a collection, right? You have to give it as a collection. Then batch size you have to give it. Then root message you have to give. It's clearly it will give tooltip actually. What root message? Custom name for the variable holds a message before being splitted. Next, counter variable name. Next, collection. First we have to pass the collection. List of elements we should get, right? That list of element we have to pass. Batch size might be, if you want to send batch by batch, I have a 10 GB of data, like more data. I have to split it, I have to send batch by batch. That time I have to get multiple batch numbers, how much. That will also can give it dynamically. So that this information you have to give it for each.
No, I mean where actually we are specifying the for each condition. That's what I'm
For each condition. For each already written, man, why you are writing for each condition? That component itself,
asking. Okay.
that see that's what the advantage here. No need to write any condition you. These people already written condition. You just configure it. That's it.
Hmm.
Understood?
Suppose now how you will give the username here in the collection part?
No, no, that we are not getting collection, right? For that we have to convert it to as a collection. So many feeds need to change it actually.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Don't worry. Everything, whatever the components in the palette, most of them I will give you POCs. I will explain you.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Because in real time we will be affecting many fields, right? That's why I'm asking.
Yes. Okay. Next one is so here. Next one is I'm converting. So here I gave that CSV, right? Now I am giving JSON. So once got the JSON, so there is a component called JSON to object. So here JSON to object I'm giving. So java.lang.object. So I want to convert from, I'm just giving feed as a JSON. I want to convert from the JSON to object. After that I'm taking the set username and all in the expression. I'm taking username from that. Okay, see this how we'll take it, message dot payload dot username. Okay, so after converting into object, so next one is this is what this is again. I'm taking same thing, age, and then what we called username from that. So because format is different actually here, previous is CSV, now it's JSON. We are converting, we are taking, we are showing same thing again. I'll show you the format how it will. There's a CSV, this is a JSON.
Yeah, can you explain the property of
Sorry,
JSON? What are the
not getting your question in the JSON.
JSON properties? I want to open you the JSON properties. What you have specified for conversion?
Yeah, I'm opening that JSON to. You are asking me to open that, right? See,
Right,
convert to
right.
JSON object. First here, see the component. What was that exactly? JSON to object. See, this is the JSON to object, right? Double click on that. Just see this. I'm to convert into java.lang.object. A return class and an object. So this is Java related actually. This is object is an built-in class in Java. That is a super class for all the classes in Java.
Return class, you have specified it, right?
That's in this case not required, but in separate things. Suppose JSON to some other object. I want to convert as a hash map. I want to convert as a something else. So that time we have to mention here. In this, it should come actually. It should come by default. If you're not given, also it should come because these people already taken care actually. Convert JSON to object. What I'm trying to say here, if you want to convert specific object, that time you have to give it. You are getting object means all are objects only.
No,
String is an object,
object means
hash map is an object. then linked hash map is an object, everything is an object, right? So but if you want to convert specific object, that time you have to give it.
Now it is converting to string, right?
No, it should an object.
ఆబ్జెక్ట్ అంటే ఏ ఫార్మాట్ కన్వర్ట్ అవుతుందో ఏంది?
That's what. If you want to convert string, you have to mention that java.lang.string you have to mention.
Okay. If I want to convert to XML?
XML is not an object now. I'm talking about Java here. That time what happened, if you want to convert from XML, simple thing. Might be JSON to XML. See this. JSON to XML already component is there.
Can you just drag and drop what are the properties? We'll just
Sorry, this is not the flow. Okay, I'm just removing this. Okay, I want to see XML format and just keep
this
it
is
a.
property.
Yeah, this is property.
Nothing is there, right?
Nothing is there.
Return class is not there.
Return class is there. That's what I'm saying. Return class is there. See, XML will get it. So no need to do anything, right? You want XML. That XML anywhere that will do.
Okay.
So you want me to deploy or else need to change that?
Yeah, I will deploy in this manual.
Oh,
JSON to XML.
okay. And just save it. Debug as mail application. So this will get, I already deployed in the debug mode. Again trying to deploy in debug mode. That time it will give like this. 6666 port number already is running. It was saying like that. Just stopped it and again I'm trying to deploy. DataWeave. Something is got mismatch. LLM self-read open the variable type set payload must be contained or less than character. Okay, so got deployed. So did you get the issue right? What happened? Internally, some character happened by mistakenly. I just removed it. I just drag and drop again over the expected XML. So trying to hit it. So got it. See, next level anyway will get error. You got it right. In this you will get error, right? Some might be it will get it error because it is XML returning, right? You understood.
Mm, yes, right.
So that's the next time might be it will give error. So this is the XML what you are expected, right?
Mm.
So it's not giving because it's a message payload. See, all are getting false because that is previously written as an object. That's why the object as might be string here. Um, it is giving all null actually because this format is different. So unable. So this message payload not username, but it's unable to get it because it's a XML format. No? That's why both are getting null. Okay, it's returning null. I'm giving as it is. Let's see. I'm just changing in XML itself. You can do either way actually. Just drag and drop it, or else you can do in XML way. If you are familiar with XML, you can do in XML itself.
Because I think in web service,
Sorry, your voice is not audible actually. Slow.
hello,
Yeah, tell me.
because in web service you will check the XMLs only, conversion from JSON to XML, and
See, I'm not audible actually. Web services only I can able to hear. In web services,
I think we'll be converting to XML only, right? From JSON to XML and all.
oh, it depends on requirement actually. In SOAP, we are getting as an XML, right? In SOAP, we are getting as an XML. So we have to convert into something required format, something JSON or else something else. Or might be it's an object. This time we have to get the properties. Now see this. It's by default it is giving linked hash map. I'm not giving. Okay, I gave lang object actually. So that's why it is giving as an object linked hash map by default. So if map it will give, you can easily get the values actually because if you give the key, then we can able to get the values. That's what we are returning here. Message dot payload dot username. So this is a key. If you give the key, we'll get the value. So that will assign to variable and we are displaying accordingly. Trying to resume it. See this hello test. We are displaying only username, I guess. That's why only username is displayed. Okay, na? So that is about CSV. Then another one is JSON. So any questions as of now?
No, no, let me do this and I'll come back.
Okay, great. Good. Next one is today already 7:47. So today I will give at least one operation I will give on MySQL, I mean database related stuff. We'll see more operations tomorrow. Okay. So here is my requirement is I want to fetch some. So I'm saying about this database connector, DB generic connector. Will discuss about that. So here is what is the purpose to use this connector, MySQL connector, or else general DB connector, or else Oracle connector, whatever it is. All are DB generic connector only. Then specific to Oracle, MySQL, these you can use a DB generic connector. We can change the configuration. That's it. If you want to connect Oracle, then accordingly you have to give that driver name, that URL, right? That username, password you have to give. If you want to connect to MySQL, you have to give that driver name actually. So here, if you connect to Oracle or MySQL, driver name is bit different actually. That according to Java, there is a thin driver 4 will use to connect it actually. But here the driver name only difference between MySQL and Oracle. So if you want to connect like a NoSQL databases, so I hope you understood this language SQL, NoSQL, then structured database, unstructured database, semi-structured database. We have different types of databases are there. This MySQL and SQL, there are structured database. Structured means there is a proper structure, means there is a columns, rows, there is a meaningful data. Column is there, in the column, some username is the column, something else is the column. Then a row, so it contains proper data. But if you go to unstructured data or else semi-structured data, there is no structure. So if you see in the console, so many logs are being getting. So there is a meaning. There is a meaning in that actually. If you see MySQL, there is a structure, proper structure is there here. There is a column is there, in that some particular row is there, data is there. There is some proper structure is there. If you see here, these logs and all, so there is no structure, right? If you see Hadoop concept in the Hadoop MapRDB database, Cassandra database, there is so many new NoSQL databases came up like Cassandra, MapRDB, the Hadoop. That MapRDB also related to Hadoop only. Top of the Hadoop, there is a layer called MapRDB because in the Hadoop you can't do deletes and edits and all actually. So that's why they introduced one layer called MapRDB database. In the MapRDB databases, we can do changes actually, edits and delete accordingly. So there is no SQL database actually. So how it will work, that's related to Hadoop actually. They just dump whole data into in a particular place. So many tools are there that the data will convert into proper format. So for fetching, there is a something tools are there actually. A pig tool, might be you heard about this.
I
A
know.
pig, Hyro, something different all there. Okay, that is different thing. Here we are discussing about structured database. The two in my mission, MySQL is there. If you want to work with Oracle, then you can install Oracle. You can work it. Okay, MySQL is
So we
the
can connect any database, right?
any
We
data.
can connect to any database.
Just configuration is the different. Configuration is the different. That's it. Okay. Here my requirement is there is an employee table is there. I'm trying to get employee information from the database to my flow. Okay, now that is my requirement based on query, based on select operation. We have CRUD operations, right? Create, read, update, delete, that type of operations are there. We'll see one by one operation. As of now, at least we'll see one operation. Okay, is it clear? The database is connected. When you use, when you, there's so many scenarios for that connected database. We are always, so this, our work always related to some hitting some database, some delete some data, some modify some records. Suppose already some opportunities are there. I want to fetch that opportunities or else I want to edit that. I want to delete that. We are playing with data, right? Always we have to sync up with databases. But unfortunately nowadays, I mean, apart from the database, there is directly some Salesforce. If you are working with CRM applications, there is no database there actually. That whole things we are talking about objects only. So we are hitting directly objects. Object is nothing but internally these people that Salesforce people will manage that internally, that is separate database.com. But we are not directly talking to that database, but we are talking to only that Salesforce actually. Okay, so it depends based on the requirement. So people will use, clients will use required database. That's the thing. So here my requirement is I want to get the just select operation I did will fetch the information accordingly. So further, so I create one flow. So this HTTP is the common for all because I'm hitting the request, it will receive it, it will get the response. So but is as an inbound connector, it will play like a request response board. Okay, so this is the connector actually, the database is connector. You can see here, see this is the database, this is a generic database, the database connector. We just drag and drop here and try to open this. We'll stop this server. See this is the configuration, this is the configuration. So here see, here is a plus symbol will come. Click the plus symbol, it will ask, it will pop up a dialog. Then in the dialog we have to fill this data actually. I just already gave that, I just trying to edit it, I'm trying to show you. So it will ask two things, one is URL, another one is driver name. In the URL what are the things will come. So in the Java itself there is a concept called JDBC, Java Database Connectivity is the concept. So same thing here also using in the database in the Java. So while connecting database, JDBC is acting like a bridge between the your application and then your database actually. The driver acts as a bridge between the your application and database. So that driver is nothing but a, this is the driver. So that is a driver class name, that is a built-in class name. Okay, com.mysql.jdbc.driver. That is a built-in class under MySQL. So further, how we'll get that? So further, we need to add, there is a jar file called third-party dependency, the jar file dependency called, this is the dependency we have to add it at MySQL connector.java. If you want to work with Oracle, there is a jar file dependency we need to add, that is JDBC6. We need to add the jar file. You are clear, right?
From where you are getting the jar file?
That we have to
From where
download.
I should get the jar file actually?
Yes, we have to download from the Google itself. Or else if you install in your local machine, so might be it should available in installable files. Or else you can
Mm.
Google it, you can get it, you can download it, whatever the latest version. Okay, supported file we have to get it. We have to keep it into class path of your application, that keep it in a lib, right? That time it can able to get that information, otherwise it will give error here. So the driver names you are getting, right? You are blindly keeping this driver, but you didn't put the jar file, so that won't know actually what is that exactly driver, right? So
See,
whenever you get,
after putting the jar file in my lib folder,
yes, yes,
what is the thing I'll get here?
that names you can use it actually. See, that should be in class path also. Java build path. See this. In the class path also should be there actually. That MySQL connector. So what we'll get here, it won't get default actually. We need to write a Java dot this thing. Driver name we have to mention. You are getting what I'm trying to say. This is a built-in class available under lib under jar file. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, no?
Mm.
So why I'm giving driver
But
also? Yeah.
then
Uh-huh. Ah, that's what. So further we need to know that basic concept of JDBC, Java Database Connector. connectivity. So see what I'm trying to say here. This is a bridge, right? You are working with Oracle. There is a driver name called oracle.jdbc.driver. If you are working with,
Mm-hmm.
that is a common entity, that is a common for everywhere. If you just Google it also, there is a sample Java class for Oracle, then it will give driver name, no worry. If you want to know
అంటే
what is the
డేటాబేస్
driver,
వాళ్ళే నాకు ఇస్తారా URL క్లాస్?
no, 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 they want to give, we are the developer, we should know. They will give, might be this configuration they will give. So like what is a port number, might be port number, might be they change it, right? Port number they will give this. Now I am connecting to local host, right? This we have to connect remotely, right? Then they will give the IP address, that is a port number. Next this whole stuff is given by these people only, the backend people, because we don't know about database information, right? What database, what schema they are using, what username and password they gave, what type of port they gave, what type of what we call first one, IP address. They will share that information. But this information is this related to developer, our Java developer, our Mule related only. This is the, if it's a universally common here. If you are working with Oracle, oracle.jdbc.driver, Oracle driver. So if you are working with MySQL, com.mysql.jdbc.driver, that is a common. Okay.
ఓకే.
So where it is available, under that under that jar file. Understood. If there is no jar file, you are trying to establish a connection, it won't, because there is a bridge, right? We should need some bridge between two applications. Without that bridge, you can't able to connect. That bridge is nothing but your driver. Is it clear?
ఓకే.
Bridge is there. We have to connect that target system, the database. We need some information, right? Because if you connect that, we need some IP address. Once touch the IP address, we need some, what was the database? Might be the database is company or else something else. My database is name company. Database is nothing but schema name I'm talking about. In the database, see, this is MySQL database. In this I'm clicking show databases. So many schemas are there. See this, so many schemas are there. Information schema, a company schema, MySQL schema, some Sakil, something like that, test and world. So use company, use company, right? In that schema might be so many tables are there, show tables. This terminology you have to get it actually. So see this, in the company I have two tables are there, employees table, roles table. We have to up to achieve that level, right? So that's why you have to give all the information, what schema you are using, first IP address. Here mine is localhost, in remotely you have to give remote address. So here MySQL, while installing it will ask the port number actually. If that guy already changed the port number, that port number should share us. But by default 3306, I didn't change while installing that. So next one is database name. What was here, so many databases are, which database I have to hit, that we have to give. Next one is,
సో
well,
కంపెనీ యొక్క డేటాబేస్ నేమ్.
yes,
ఓకే.
means schema name.
ఓకే.
Okay, no? So next one is here username and password. Username and password means means while creating, don't confuse it. Database is the MySQL. Again, inside might be so many schemas are there. We can call it as a database also. While creating that schema, you can give username and password, right? See, there is a server. So many people are trying to use that server. Each project has a separate schema, right? So no, for that, while creating a schema, they will give some grant privileges, right? Otherwise, everybody will access that database. Everybody will access that schema, right? That's why they will give some grant privileges while creating a schema. That's why I gave like user ID password name. User ID password is a generate data. User is a generate data. Password is a generate data. That's why. Based on this information only, I can able to hit that company schema. From that, whatever that operation is different. Select operation, whatever you want to do. First, we have to establish the connection. For establish the connection, this is the information you are getting.
So, so the URLs will be in this way only, right? Localhost port number and schema name, username
That's
and password.
That's what might, so this is the format, but might
Hmm.
be configuration is different. Here I'm using localhost. In the remote machine, I have to give IP
Yeah,
address
yeah, that's okay. That's
or else
fine. That's
domain.
fine.
Yeah, that's it. But the format is same. If you are using Oracle, that format, that URL is that's it.
Hmm.
Okay. There is another way also there. So here two radio buttons are. One is database URL, another one is configuration via Spring Bean. If you know, if you
Hmm.
familiar with Spring, or else if you familiar with the database, then you can use it. If you are familiar with Spring Bean, you can create a one bean. Bean means it's a Java class. You can create a Java class. You can keep it whole stuff inside that whatever URL, whatever driver I told you about that, right? That information you have to keep it in a bean. Then you have to upload that bean. That's it. You have to write that bean here. Understood. We have to write the Java bean. We have to show. We have to give that bean path. Then it will capture that information from the bean. Or else, if you are familiar with the database URL, you can choose that. You can write directly. See what I'm trying to say. Whatever you are writing here, that we have to keep it in a Spring Bean. So here we
So
can
this
test.
was limited with URL and driver class name.
Yes. Okay. Here your connection is working or not. We can test it actually. Test connection. Here itself. No need to deploy the application. Test it, that is not required. Just here they
But,
kept
but what about the advanced? What is it in advanced? What is there?
this one. Okay, this advanced means in database concept so many things are there, right? Pool size, maximum pool size, minimum pool size. This is maximum wait millisecond. Means like if you go multiple requests, suppose we can restrict some restriction, can restrict some hits, right? Maximum hits, how many hits you can able to bear in a database, right? In a fraction of seconds, it will come lakhs of hits. Might be your server capacity is low. It got crashed, right? So that's why you have to give pool size. Then once hit the request, how much maximum wait time will give? Suppose it will take 2 minutes, 3 minutes, there is no meaning, right? That time if you give maximum time, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, if it is more than that, we'll give some timeout exception, right? That type of advanced properties we have to handle here. Okay, now? So this is a reconnection again. So might be some, see, first time it is trying, right? First time it is trying, unable to establish the connection. I want to hit once again, might be something issue, network issue or else something. I want to hit again. So reconnection attempts, how many reconnection attempts you want to keep it. Understood that information you have to keep it. Okay. So once click the test connection, so we can see the connection is established or not. Next level is that configuration is done, right? That configuration is done. Okay, and that too. So here we have to choose as your required database actually. While filling this data, right? I already filled. That's why it's not asking. While filling first time, it will ask which database. So previously we just drag and drop a DB generic connector, right? If you go here, which configuration you have to set it. DB generic connector is common for different databases like Oracle, MySQL, Derby, different databases are there. So in that, which configuration you have to set it? My requirement is I want to use MySQL. That's why I have to choose MySQL. Okay. So that's the thing. Coming to back this property, here see this connector configuration is done. Connection established successfully. Next one is here operation. Coming to operation. So what type of operation you want to achieve? Either select operation or else, see, so many operations are there. Like select, we want to select the information from the database, or else insert, or else update, or else delete. Then coming to stored procedures. You know, in backend, not only tables, you can write the procedures also, right? You can write the procedures also. That procedures, how we will achieve it. That's the thing actually. That if you want to get data from the procedure, or else you want to do some play with procedure, then you have to choose that particular option. See, based on your operation, you have to choose it actually. Okay, that is the thing. Next one is coming back to here. There is a type. In this is a query part actually. This text area is there. We can type whatever that here we can type, right, query. Here we can type, right, select star from some employees. Same thing you can write here. Same thing you can write here. That but here whatever that expected dynamic value. Here my requirement is select first name from employee where last name equal dynamically I'm getting. So here MEL expression again came. Mule expression, using mule expression I'm trying to get that parameter, means I'm passing last name as a query parameter. Last name as a query parameter I'm passing. So based on that last name, it will go on hit to the database. It will fetch it. It will fetch it. It will display satisfied records. So how many records are there? Accordingly, it will display as an output.
So this whole query you are writing, right?
Yes, yes, we need to write it. So then next one is once it will return as an object actually. That object I'm trying to convert into JSON format. Okay, I'm just deploying it.
I think I need to download MySQL for this, right?
Yes. No, by default there actually in latest any point by default there. In your local for installing that should require. You have to install in your local first. That time it will come this window, MySQL workbench and all. It will get. You're gonna see this. I'm passing last name here as a bucket something. It should hit to the server. It should to the hit to the flow. Then here payload is null. We're not passing any payload. See here, got the connection established. So size two records I got it actually. Two records I got it. What type of object it is written? Case sensitive hash map it is written. That's why I'm trying to convert it to object to JSON. So that should come as a JSON format. See this? We're getting the two records, right, in the form of JSON array. JSON array we get it. Okay now. So that is about select operation. We'll see more operations of that. Similarly, we'll see procedures, how we'll call the procedures. So for that, we should know basic idea about this MySQL. Just install it, then play with accordingly, just basic commands. Just how to create the procedures and all.
MySQL I need to install, right?
Yes, you need to
MySQL.
install in your local.
Okay.
Okay, no? That's what today's session. So do you have any questions as of now?
Uh, okay, I'll come up with it tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
just work on it. Just work on it. Whatever you we discuss samples, right? So go through it and create a new samples, new POCs. And if you have any questions, we'll discuss. Okay.
okay. Sure.
Thank you then. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you.